Welcome back. Let's do a very quick one before we hand over to sports. Now, filmmaking in Ghana has declined in the last year. We've seen the likes of renowned Ghanaian filmmaker Shirley Frimpong-Manso and others. Even her, or even she, is contemplating her exit in the sector. Not having financial assistance and enough patronage have been some of the reasons for that decline. Well, this doesn't seem to have stopped my guest for today, Kofi Che. He's an upcoming filmmaker. And of course, we want to celebrate our own as Ghanaians and nurture our own so they can grow into bigger industry. Well, his film, Beautiful Mind, featuring Ajete Anan, will be premiering September the 8th. But before we delve deep into that, let's find out about the man behind the camera. Kofi Che, that's the name, right? Yes. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So who are you and why should Ghanaians pay attention to your filmmaking skills? Why would it even add anything to our industry?
I'm a nurse by profession.
Nurse?
Yeah.
How on earth does the nurse all of a sudden become a filmmaker?
I've had the passion for film since I was a child, but I didn't get the opportunity to attend film school after secondary school. I was asked to go to nursing school, and then after, I didn't let that stop me. I had to still pursue and then make it into the film industry, and that's where I am now.
So how easy was it to switch from nursing? I mean, you're saving lives, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
you abandoned the calling to save lives to show nice men and women on camera.
Well, I wouldn't really call it easy, the transition from a nurse to a filmmaker. It was really difficult. I think it's one of the most difficult things I have ever had to do, and by far the most difficult challenge I've ever encountered. But it was a good opportunity. Not everyone gets to do what they want to do. Some people only do it because they have to. But I think filmmaking is something I really want to do.
You really want to do. So do you still do it alongside? Do you do nursing alongside, or you've totally abandoned nursing and you're just doing filmmaking?
Well, I'd like to consider myself a full-time filmmaker because it's quite difficult combining both. But let's see what the future holds.
Let's see what the future holds. Don't abandon saving people. But that's Ajete Anan that you feature in your movie Beautiful Mind. Tell us a bit about this movie.
This movie is about mental health. It's about a man who loses his way after he starts exhibiting signs of mental illness. So the struggles of mad people on the streets, what they go through, if they have an atrocity that befalls them, who do they call upon? If they're sick, what do they do? They can't just walk into a pharmacy shop and say they're buying medicine.
Right.
When it rains, where do they go? Where do they find shelter? What do they eat? The kind of struggles
that people with mental illness go through.
Yes.
Now that's a very interesting area to focus on, moving away from health basically into filmmaking. I see that's a very profound area because mental health is something that we don't pay attention to a lot in this country. What are you looking to achieve with filmmaking, seeing how you started?
Yeah, I want to create awareness. There are a lot of topics that have been overlooked and swept under the rug in Ghana here. Mental illness is no exception. I want to create awareness and draw people's attention to most of these things.
Oh, what's happening here? Just a kiss makes him collapse? So in this movie, is Ajete Anan mentally retarded?
Yeah, he's suffering from a psychiatric condition called schizophrenia.
Okay.
It's characterized by hallucinations, loss of awareness of place and time.
Okay.
And he starts exhibiting, for his case, it was genetic.
Okay. He
He inherited it from his mom, but I wouldn't want to go.
No problem. So you're premiering this video
on the 8th
of September. What's the time? Where's the place of a bed?
8th of September in Kumasi.
In Kumasi,
yes,
okay.
Kumasi first.
Okay.
And then later Silver
So
Bed.
give us the list quickly so that we can wrap this up. Kumasi on the 8th of September
at the CCB Auditorium, KNUST.
CCB Auditorium.
And Time is 6 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Okay.
And the rate is 30 cedis for single and 50 cedis for double.
Okay. Okay. And then you come to Accra later, right?
Yes, please.
Very well. Do you have a date for when you're coming to Accra?
No, I'm waiting for Silverbird to confirm
No
a date.
problem. No problem. So that's what Beautiful Mind. It's basically a video that's talking about mental illness. Mental illness is a big deal. We don't pay attention to it at all in this country. And I've done a couple of stories on mental illness. If you know the way people are suffering, you certainly pay attention to movies like this. Basically creating awareness. Why don't we support the industry by supporting Kofi Che with this? Kumasi is the 8th of September, CCB Auditorium, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Don't worry, the Katangis and the Konti people will be fine. They will be just fine having you there. It's 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. 30 cedis. Give me a very quick final word and then we wrap up for sports.
Okay. I think it's quite difficult being in the movie industry these days because a lot of people don't want to patronize film. They don't want to invest. There's a lot of investors running away because most filmmakers aren't able to quite give them the content they need.
That they want.
Yeah.
Okay. So support is all that they need. Kofi Che, thank you very much for coming.